The science of agriculture, the land, the seeds, and the man.
Agricultural survival.
They have represented me with the worst image. But I know without a doubt that it's because of your lack of knowledge. Foresight, they don't have to see distance. That's why they're living in ignorance.
The man.
I Chelasway, I say, any country that you...
Hi, I'm your host tonight on What Matters at the Roundtable. Stanley, West McPherson, June the 26th, 2018. Yeah, this month is getting out of here. Guess what? This year is moving fast too. So, hey, but don't worry. Help is on the way. We're on Pegasus. Yes, Channel 13. Cable, TV network, Spectrum. You can call us. We're live in the studio. Area code 607-272-0319. You might have something to say, or you might want to get in on a discussion tonight. But if you missed tonight, we got a long schedule for you, a broadcast schedule. We got Sunday morning at 7:30 a.m. Or we got Wednesday, 1:30 p.m. Or Thursday at 7:30 a.m. Or Friday, 7:30 p.m. Or Saturday, 1:30 p.m. So if you missed live tonight, you have 5 more days. Hey, it's okay. And guess what? We have a YouTube channel, and you can get our direct link if you want. So you have my email, or guess what? Call in, or go to my YouTube channel and subscribe there, and leave your email, and guess what? I'll get back to you. So, and you can get all the shows, okay? In the past, whatever, you can have them. So that's what we're giving you. Also, I want to give shout outs. Sunshine, Baltimore, Maryland. Also, Rosadal S. from New York, New York. And Pimplia from Australia. Yes. Her real name is Aaliyah. That's her name. That's what she said. So I just want to give shout outs to them and more. And you can have a shout out if you want. Ashley also at the mall. Jean at the mall. Okay? So shout outs can be freely. Just let us know. And also my grandbaby, Sunshine, and my grandson, Storm. Got to give the children shout outs too. So, also here with me in the studio, co-host, Milton, Webb. Milton, how you doing?
I'm doing, Stan. How you doing?
Good. We just want to let people know that, you know what? It's supposed to be voting, they electing people, this and that. But my thing, it came to me, I need to tell people this, that we didn't put this president in office. Reason why we didn't put him in there, because the world didn't see that he was suitable for this country on helping us. This man is not helping us, okay? He's not helping you, okay? We didn't put him in office. Another country did. The Russians did, okay? We didn't put him in there. The Russians put him in there. That's why they go on battle over the Mueller and all of them, the FBI and all of them going over that stuff, because the Russians put him in there. We didn't put him in there. This country didn't do that, okay? And so you can watch, that's why you see chaos. See, that's why, because we didn't do it, okay? Our choice wasn't him. Our choice was Bernie. And you see they stiff Bernie Sanders. Why? Because they didn't want nobody to help you. This man the world would want this man in there, okay? And he's around the same age or older than Trump. And this man would have did more for us than Trump, because Trump ain't doing nothing for us, okay? He's doing nothing. Tweaking. He's tweaking. That's all he's doing. He ain't doing nothing for us, okay? So I'm here to let you know the Russians put him in there. We didn't do it. See? So you take that for for food, okay? Chew on that, okay? See, they ain't gonna tell you. CNN, ABC, NBC, they playing games. They ain't gonna tell you the truth, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. The Russians put him in there because we didn't do it. We didn't vote for him. And a lot of people voted, and we didn't do that. So,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
When it comes right down to it, like America does things, and the people of America does things, and then when things don't come out their way, they wonder why it didn't happen like that.
Yeah.
So, you got to sit there and you got to look at it like, hey, wait a minute. Everybody's saying, if I didn't vote for him, how did he get here?
That's right.
So, you got to look at it like this here. So everybody's saying the Russians did it. The Russians did it. All right. Well, we know the Russians had the patent on everything that we were doing.
That's right.
Okay, as far as fingerprints,
Yep.
the voting machines,
That's right.
all of that there. I said, but now he's in there. But the thing about it is, ain't nobody trying to remove him.
No.
Okay, but you got all this chaos going on. He started tweeting. Everything that happened, he tweets about it. So,
Thank you.
I mean, when you sit there and look at it, what is he tweeting? And is it against the law? Because, I mean, you was all over Hillary, for her little thing.
Her emails and all that other nonsense, yeah.
Now, if you're going to do one thing, do it all the way around the board. And that's the thing. There's no consistency.
Right.
So you got to sit there and you got to look at, like, hey, what's really going on?
Right.
Who's really doing what?
Thank you.
Because when it comes right down to it, if you didn't vote for him, we didn't vote for him.
That's right.
How did he get there?
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Everybody can speculate. Everybody can say what. Okay, but when it comes right down to it, he's in there. And there ain't nothing nobody can do. I say, you sit there and you go, well, he's doing such a great job. He's doing such a great job if you're a billionaire. All right? You ain't got to pay taxes on this. You ain't got to pay taxes on that. You got a tax cut for this here. But you and I and him and everybody else, woo, man, we paying so much taxes. We don't know, we paying more taxes than our check can hold. So who's really benefiting? It ain't the people. It ain't the working people.
No.
It ain't the working people.
And look at his cabinet. His cabinet is public enemy number one.
Everybody
See what
going
I
to
mean?
jail.
Look at that. Exactly. Because they all going down and they all did something, what? Inside trading. Everybody got something that they did, that they they be investigated for. My man, he trading and he's selling and he doing all kind of stuff. Hey, listen. And he says, oh, no, I just there's no law on that. And so, but look, see, here's the excuse. But he took his stuff out and he puts his shares somewhere else and sell his shares and go up. The market goes up for him and everything. But Martha Stewart, they hauled her to jail.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They hauled her off to jail because she had inside trading and she didn't even have it. Somebody just said something to her and she went down. So this man's cabinet is public enemy, okay? And he's no better than the racketeers and the
gangsters,
the gangsters and the
mobsters,
and the mother boys, the cartel. He no better than them. Only thing they got is a badge.
That's it.
And so they use their badge to do dirt. So they ain't no better than the other boys, okay? The other boys ain't got no badge. They just doing the dirt. Y'all got badges and do dirt. So y'all hiding behind the badge to do dirt. You see? So they ain't no better than the gangsters and the racketeers so what are they doing? You see? So hey, it's a bunch of cronies out there, and they in office and they hiding behind badges, and this is what they're doing. And so they use the law, to get what they want. Now, if you don't know this, and this is 2018, then I don't know what's wrong with you, because that's exactly what's happening, okay? You can Google all of this stuff, go on the internet, and you'll find out it's all there. It's there. He under investigation, this and that, inside trading, he here, this man, and this his cabinet. These are all his people. Everybody in his cabinet got something they done. They done robbed somebody. They done did this. They done shyster people. This man got a cabinet of notorious. Mm-hmm. You see what I mean? And hey, but that's your president. That's our president. See what I'm saying? That's our president. Okay? So tweet that. You know what I mean?
No, he ain't tweeting that. He ain't tweeting that. You can forget that. He ain't tweeting that. No, he ain't tweeting that.
Tweet that.
His first, his main guy being investigated, he ain't tweeting that.
Yeah. You see
All right,
what I'm saying?
The third guy being investigated, he ain't tweeting that. Second guy went to jail, he ain't tweeting nobody that.
Right.
No, so you know, you got to sit there and you got to be careful in all of these things that happen.
That's right.
So, you know, when people vote, don't just vote because it sounds good or you think he's not going to cut your taxes and this and that. Believe one thing. Trump is for the rich. And he going to help them out.
That's right.
But us poor people, us poor people are footing the bill for all of these millionaires and billionaires. And people can say, oh, you guys don't know what you're talking about. All right, I'll tell you what, look at your tax bracket and see where you at and then look at theirs.
That's right.
Tell me why you pay more taxes than he does.
That's right.
Okay? What did the little boy say?
Sure.
My secretary pay more taxes than I do, and he a billionaire.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's like, hey, wait a minute. Why is it that way? When those guys should be paying taxes just like everybody else. And all of these places that ain't paying taxes need to be paying taxes, because by them not paying taxes, it puts a big burden on everybody else. So the tax thing, it don't make a difference, because as long as you breathe and as long as that sun shines and we're here on earth, you're going to pay taxes. And that's just a fact. Mm-hmm. Now, that rich guy may not pay half of what you paying. So that means you picking up his slack. Oh, excuse me. We're picking up his slack.
Yeah.
Okay, so look at it any kind of way you want, but that's the real deal, and that's really what's happening.
If you got the super rich
Oh.
saying that they need to pay more taxes,
Yeah.
then that's the horse's mouth. That's the horse speaking out of his own mouth saying, listen, this thing is wrong. They are wrong, what they're doing, and they you could tell that they footing the poor people with all of the taxes to pay they, okay? Paying their way. See, that's what we're doing, paying their way.
That's right.
We're paying their way, and they ain't paying nothing,
Yep.
okay? But yet they want to sit up and rule and do this and make this and make that and say this and say that to govern you, okay? Because they got money, and that's what they do. They throw their money at these things, you know, they lobby this and lobby that, throw money at this, and so this becomes that becomes law, that becomes this, you know? And this is what they've been doing, because a lot of stuff is nonsense. It doesn't need to be, period.
Right.
You know? It's enough money in this world for everybody. Here's what they're doing, that they're making sure that only your tax bracket and your voting district be where only segregated. So they don't want to be certain. You look at the voting, you look at the districts, certain people that you want to vote for, they won't even put on the ballot when you go to vote, because that ain't in your district. So that means that is less votes for that person And so you can't get the vote for that person because it's not in your district and he ain't on the ballot for you to vote. So he loses out. Somebody else get it because they flood their district with their names and the people that they want to put on the ballots. And I found that out when I was going to vote because it was somebody that I was looking for and wasn't there. And he was supposed to be there. And he wasn't there.
That's right.
And that's what they do now. That is the new trick that they're doing. They're taking the people out that you want to vote for that's supposed to be on the ballot, and they not putting them on the ballot. So the people that want to vote for him can't, and then he gets no votes, or her. They get no votes. And the person that they want to win is in the district that they want to win, and guess what?
And your district too.
Exactly. And they on.
Yep.
So they rigging the vote. They rigging everything out. They rigging, listen, they just making a mess out of this stuff. And they're rendering chaos, period. You know, and you can see it because you ain't benefiting nothing. And we in a half, we almost, it's 6 months in 2018, okay? And you can see rhetoric. That's all they talking, tweeting. They ain't doing nothing for you. You ain't got nothing. If anything, you see a whole bunch of cutting. They cutting this, cut schools, cut this, cut that. They cutting a whole bunch of stuff. You ain't getting nothing, you know. They throwing a bunch of money over here, a bunch of money. Oh, we're going to give teachers guns. You see, 100,000, 100 million over here, but you ain't getting nothing. Your kids ain't getting nothing. They throwing that stuff at the school, and shootings are still happening.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? They threw 100 million at that, and they still shooting. They still killing. All right? So the 100 million don't mean nothing.
You know, there's a lot of things that they're doing to these schools as far as taking cursive writing out of schools. Why? All right? So now when your child grow up, what they got to do? They can't sign their name to this.
That's right.
Because they don't know how. What are you going to do, print your name?
Right.
That's not a signature.
That's right.
Okay? So when you sit there and look at it, your child is going to be going to work, and what are they going to do? Just throw their money on a credit card? Are they going to make an X or an O? Okay?
They're going to be like the illiterate.
Like it was.
That's what they do. They
That's
make
right.
an X.
Or an O.
That's right.
All right? Back in the day.
That's right.
When people didn't know how to write, didn't know how to read.
That's
but
right.
they knew how to make an X.
That's right.
They knew how to make an O. All right? Their name will be there, and they just make the X or the O next to it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so now what happens when something comes up and they have to sign?
Right.
All right? They get a package, and they got to sign for it. What happens? What happens if you can't write cursive? That means you can't read it.
Thank you.
So if you can't read it, that means what? Your kids aren't learning the things that they need to learn in school.
Right.
But they want to give teachers guns.
Yep.
Now, you parents, if you start doing things to your kids as far as making them mind, making them listen, understand one thing, schools won't be where there was guns in there shooting and carrying on. Because then kids will have a consequence. Kids will have a consequence when you go home. You have a consequence after you get home and somebody come to see you, called the law. There'll be a consequence. Okay? If you kill somebody and you 16, 17 years old, they put you in adult prison. Okay? 15, they put you in adult prison. 14, they put you in adult prison. Like the little 13-year-old that shot somebody with his brother that was 24 down there in Syracuse. All right? That little young boy is going to get some time. But when he turns 16 years old, they're going to put him in adult prison. What is that going to do for him?
And sometimes they say we're charging him as an adult.
Yeah.
Right then and there. So that means they're giving him the time as they give an adult.
As a given adult.
And that's what it is, life bid, whatever it is. But they ain't charging him as a youthful offender or nothing like that because he wouldn't get that time, okay? He wouldn't get no life bid. He'd get some years and then he can get out. But they said we charging him as an adult, even though he's a kid. Got a child's mind, but they make him adult. You see how they twist the law? You see? But soon as they get caught and then when they go down, the first thing they say, they use psychiatric evaluation. Oh, I think he lost his mind. Oh, I thought, well, he had problems, this and that. You see what I'm saying? And this is what they do. Now, the first thing they're saying is, are the law enforcement, are they above the law? Do the law apply to them too? Well, it should, because before they put the uniform on, the law was already there.
That's right.
So that means that it apply to them and they gotta uphold it. Don't break it, don't bend it, don't do nothing. But they did past that. Okay, they stepped on it, they then broke it, they threw it away, they disregard it, you know. They disregard the law like it's an idiot.
You know, when it comes right down to it, and people don't sit back and look at what's really going on. When a police officer breaks the law, who's policing them? Who's looking into what they do? Is it somebody in their precinct? Or do you call somebody from out of town to come in here and look at this? Because you see, if you really want to do something, that's what you have to do. Because a lot of times, if you do something or you didn't do it and they blame you for it, all right, you get a lawyer from out of town. 9 out of 10 times you get off. Because that lawyer don't have to worry about who he got to see the next morning here in this town, who's going to make a deal with him for your time and what they're going to give him on the next run.
Yeah.
Okay? So sit back and look at that, because all police officers aren't bad, but all police officers aren't good either. So you got to sit back there and look at that, because are you going to mess around here and convict him because he's your buddy? Or are you going to say it was justified? All right? So when did he go to court? He went to court in front of his peers, which were police officers. But when you go to court in front of people you don't even know, and they call them your peers.
That's right.
So how's that fair? How's that right? How's they going to give you something that you don't have, but they're not going to give it to him?
This system,
You know,
system is broke. This system is broke, and it needs to be thrown away with it. Don't try to fix it. Don't try to repair it. Get rid of it, because it's broke. When you break something, you can't put it back together. It's done. And that's what this system is. And not just that system, but it goes from up top to down the bottom, you know? So you can see that, you know, you start from scratch, because this ain't working. It's not working. You know, you see so much profiling. It's crazy. But we're going to pick that up next week. Our time is up. So you stay tuned for more. I want to go back to the shout-outs, let people know that, hey, listen, we on, and we about helping people. This is us. We ain't about playing games, nonsense, you know. We going to tell you what is real. That's it. You're going to get it, and that's it. That's how we giving it to you, okay? So everybody have a good 4th of July. Just chill. Don't worry about it. Help is on the way, like I said before. No more talking. Good night.
Put up the gun and make we farm up the ground. You know, see from what year, too much blood a run. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Them say, global recession so food, Africa in a ground. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Me have to return to St. Anne's and left Kingston. When you plant a new crop, the world start clap. All human beings start embrace that. There is no solution in peace pollution. Them only mission is to create era done. Then after election, them cut them one. Get a youths, take this message from this Rasta man. I and I. Put up the gun and make we farm up the ground. You know, see from what year, too much blood a run. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Them say global recession so food Africa in a ground. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Me have to return to St. Anne's and left Kingston. When you plant a new crop, the world start clap. All human beings start embrace that. There is no solution in this pollution. Them only mission is to create era done. Then after election, them cut them one. Get a youths, take this message from this Rastaman. I and I. Put up the gun and make we farm up the ground. You know see from what here, too much blood a run. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Them say global recession so food Africa in a ground. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Me have to return to St. Anne's and left Kingston. When you plant a new crop, the world start clap. All human beings start embrace that. There is no solution in this pollution. Them only mission is to create era done. Then after election, them cut them one. Get a youths, take this message from this Rastaman. I and I. Put up the gun and make we farm up the ground. You know see from what here, too much blood a run. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Them say global recession so food Africa in a ground. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Me have to return to St. Anne's and left Kingston. When you plant a new crop, the world start clap. All human beings start embrace that. There is no solution in this pollution. Them only mission is to create era done. Then after election, them cut them one. Get a youths, take this message from this Rastaman. I and I. Put up the gun and make we farm up the ground. You know see from what here, too much blood a run. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Them say global recession so food Africa in a ground. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Me have to return to St. Anne's and left Kingston.
At the Roundtable, Stanley McPherson, not a minimum wage, not any other kind of wage, but a living wage. Our broadcast schedules are Sunday at 7:30 a.m., Tuesday 7:30 p.m., Wednesday 1:30 p.m., Thursday 7:30 a.m., Friday 7:30 p.m., and Saturday 1:30 p.m. Get on the train.
Y'all have a good night. See you later.